Some days I think somebody up there is controlling my destiny. Last week I was in Vancouver getting injections, not knowing what next week would bring, and Grover threw up a little help me flag, and now I'm on the road to Kelowna getting the hybrid system looked at on him and whatever journey that may bring. You just never know where that life journey is going to take you. And this week it's taking me to Kelowna, which I wasn't planning on this at all. It just happened. So let's get on our way to Kelowna, British Columbia, down this beautiful day and get this video started. Welcome to my crazy journey.
Good morning, y'all. How's everybody doing today? Good old classic intro, just like back in the day. Well, me and my boy Grover were back on the road again. So if you guys caught my last video in Vancouver, as I was going over the highway to hell, I sucked Grover, I should say, keep it clean, sucked in so much junk off the highway, gravel and salt, and I think they used beet juice on the highway to melt the ice, that it clogged the hybrid filters. Who knew I had hybrid filters? But apparently I do. But so reading and talking to Alliance Mobility, my mobility dealer, they said because the van sits so low, Grover sits so low on the highway, there's air intakes, I guess, to cool the hybrid battery. And those air intake is what sucked in all the gravel and dirt off the highway. So now I'm on my way to Kelowna. This is not even, 6 days after I got back on the last trip to hell to get the filters cleaned. Now they said it could be a quick in and out, clean, you're gone. Or it could be I get another loaner van and leave it with them. It depends on how badly it's clogged, but I'll put a clip up here of the warning system I got on Grover's, both his systems. So the hybrid system's quite important to this van because it doesn't have an alternator, so it's got an inverter that charges the van battery. And if that inverter is not working because the hybrid battery is not working, then it's not charging, and then it will leave me stranded. So the other thing I was thinking of is, because Grover's all-wheel drive, right? All four wheels turn. Sorry, just going through Falkland here. Grover's on self-drive mode, as you can see. Shadowing the car ahead of him. But because his rear wheels, coming around the corner, hold on, there we go, his rear wheels are electric, driven off the hybrid battery. If the hybrid system's not working, then that means that I don't have all-wheel drive, which it doesn't look bad today, and it's actually a gorgeous day out. But in Canada land, we get bad weather and then go in the coast. I've got surgery in the middle of winter, so I need that all-wheel drive system. So that's why I'm back on the highway again, and I don't know what this video will entail. And obviously, if you guys are watching it, then obviously I thought it was well worth it. Maybe for people that have wheelchair vans or people that are looking at getting wheelchair vans. Something to be aware of, and kind of sucks that my dealer's 2 hours away one way, so 4 hours return to my home. The Toyota dealer in town where I'm from doesn't really want to touch Grover, so they'll do basic oil changes, and that's pretty much it. I can't even get a wheel alignment done there. So I go to Kelowna for everything. So that's definitely a factor if you're looking at wheelchair vans. You can see I have the front seat out because I think they have to get to that panel down there below the door. Right next to my front drive there. So I just pull out the seat to make it easier, and then I can vacuum it and make it clean for them. So that's what I'm doing. Look at that sun. Just incredible. And you can see the roads are just wet. It's just beautiful. Hoping the wind will calm down a little bit. That clip that I filmed here of with the drone was pretty shaky because the wind was blowing pretty good, but hoping it will calm down because there's some spectacular views out here, especially in this flatland, this farming land outside of Kelowna. It's called Westwold, sorry. So that's what I'm on to today. And of course, before I get there, I gotta eat gas, and then I gotta do the wash. I just washed it 2 days ago, but the roads have been so schmucky that I want to make sure it's clean, especially if they're leaning over the van or underneath the van. I want to make sure it's clean as I can get it. But just a beautiful day. So lucky it was supposed to be dumping snow, so obviously the weatherman didn't really know what they were talking about. So, DJ, can you please roll that intro?
Hey everybody, my name is Andrew Adley. After a workplace accident, I was left as a above-knee amputee. I had a decision to make. Get busy living or get busy dying. Obviously, you only have one life, so I made a decision to get busy living, exploring every opportunity that's presented to me. Tune in every week for different adventures, both from accessibility standpoint
To adventures with my family and friends.
and every adventure begins with one leg at a time.
Hey there guys, so mid-trip update. Got some more drone shots as you guys saw, but the wind is just brutal. It's a beautiful day. Looks like it could rain a little bit, but the wind is just so brutal. It's just blowing the drone around, so it's hard to get good clean shots. So took what I could. Hopefully it turns out in the post-editing. I don't know. Highway's completely slow at traffic today, which is good. It's not a whole lot to film, just quiet drive to Kelowna, and hopefully it doesn't rain and I can get Grover all washed up before going to see the doctor. And the wind's calmed down. I want to get some really good shots in the snow, but it's got to calm down first. That's the mid-trip update. Hey guys, so welcome to Lake Country, BC. Now this city's got a really kind of weird history, and I'll tell you what I know, and I know, but I'm not the expert, but it used to be called Oyama, and now it's called Lake Country. I don't quite understand the difference. But this is Lake Country, BC. Kind of a nice, sleepy community on the lake. And it's right outside of Kelowna, so you stay away from Kelowna traffic, but you still have the lake and still have these beautiful views. I think in the next couple of years it'll become more and more developed, but the highway does go right through the main part of the city, which is kind of a deterrent, if you will, but I guess it keeps the city alive. That's Lake Country, BC. That's the world famous Kelowna Airport, Kelowna International. It's amazing. Every time I'm here, it seems like those cars never move. If you don't know, Kelowna's got a lot of old money, so there's a lot of people that vacation here and then they fly out, or they've got companies in Alberta. So I guess the biggest recognizable people on YouTube would be DDE, or Daily Driven Exotics, and this is where they're from, is Kelowna, BC. Now they always talk about where they get their cars and stuff, and this place here, I'd love to set up a meeting with them, but that's August Luxury Cars, and that's where they get all their Lamborghinis and stuff. It's just here in this big black building. I'd love to go in there and look at the cars and stuff, and anybody knows me knows that I've got a love for sprinters. I've always wanted a sprinter, and they have a couple really nice ones on the website that I've been watching, but I don't know, when they're completed, 200 grand it's a lot of money. I've been like a lot of you guys that came to my channel from Van City Van Life or the Chrome Project, I've been really following his build, and man, it's so beautiful. I'm not sure I would change much of anything other than the color of his van. I'm still not sold on the color, but I'm sold on Chrome's design. I think it's really beautiful, and the wiring that Vancini's doing is just incredible. And then Overland Interiors, the cabinets he's building for that van is just nuts. Sorry, just my rant because I saw August Luxury Cars, but man, just beautiful. So let's go over, get Grover a nice car wash and get some gas, and head over to Alliance Mobility in
Okay, let's go.
BC. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I screwed up. I thought I was getting a touchless car wash, and this thing is the violet type. So yeah, I broke my rules, but there's a new car wash in Kelowna called Sonic. I really hate the beater things, but I screwed up. What are you gonna do? I kinda gotta go with it. I'm in here already, so Grover's getting a beating. I hate this. Ugh. I think I hate this more than Grover hates this, because I can just hear it just beating on the paint. Oh, what a screw up that was. I thought for sure it'd be a touchless car wash, but what are you gonna do? The interesting thing is here in Kelowna, it's like 12 degrees Celsius in winter. Isn't that nuts? It says 6 degrees on Grover, but it's actually his internal thing says 12. So let's get over to Costco and get some gas, and then Alliance Mobility. I'm sorry, Grover. Man, I feel bad. I know it's just a van, but man, when you're trying to keep it nice and it does this, it's only the second time he's ever had this done. It wasn't as violent as other ones, but this thing's pretty violent. What are you gonna do, I guess, right? I don't know if I've ever really talked about this, but Kelowna was the last city I lived in before I had my leg amputated. So I know this neighborhood well. Actually, my old store is right there down in the corner, so it's kind of interesting to be back here. And Kenzie, my daughter, was actually born here in Kelowna, so it's kind of got a deep root, and my grandparents were here, so it's interesting coming back and then not feeling like it's home, you know, like it was home and then it wasn't home, and yeah, but it's kind of interesting being back and being back in the same neighborhood. I spent so much time in this neighborhood working on people's cars and trying to get the word out there that, you know, I was a good guy and hopefully I would get your business. So let's go down to Costco and get some gas and then go see what Alliance Mobility is. I really hate getting a beating for Grover. I know it's just a van and it's stupid, but it's my van and I want to keep it nice, so I gotta live with it and go forward, I guess. Okay, so here we are at Costco. I love how they got these numbered pumps and stuff, and where I'm from in Kamloops, they don't have this, so it's kind of cool that they've got this, and holy God, they got pumps. Okay, let's get gas. Whew. The wind is just brutal, guys. It wouldn't keep the van door open for the camera. Car wash isn't bad, I guess. Price on gas, $1.21.9 for basic, $1.46 for premium, so it's kind of the average price. Approved. He doesn't need much gas, but there we go. Just a splash so I can get back and stuff. But holy, the wind is just brutal. It's not really cold, it's just windy. Car wash did a good job, but it was violent. So not as violent as I've had in the past, so that's good. At least it's clean for the guys, so that's a good too, I guess. 13, 14 liters, 15 liters. So it took probably maybe 10 liters to get here. Grover's really good on gas. And holy. Receipt, please. Receipt, please. There's receipt. Okay, let's get over to Alliance Mobility. Geez, after seeing that wind, I was going to go for a scoot and my front drive here, Lieutenant, but I think it's just going to be too cold. Kind of a sucky video, so I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. It's just the way life is, and this is my life today, is coming back to Vancouver and then making a quick jaunt to Kelowna to get Grover's hybrid filters cleaned. I don't know quite what that entails, but I guess we'll find out today, unless they're going to have me drop it off and then they run it over to the dealer. I don't know, but they are just straight up here as soon as we get through the lights here. Are just this little shop on the side here with all these wheelchair vans in front here, so They actually have less vans than they normally do. They normally are packed. But how come they don't look like they're here? I guess we'll find out. Well, hey there, guys. So everything happened so quickly. Yet again, they chucked me keys and said, go kill some time and come back in a couple hours. I asked if I could film it, and their mechanic wasn't really into that, so I'm gonna go do some errands. I have I call this the POS Plus. Piece of shit plus, because sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. I love the door mechanism and stuff because it's a Braun mobility, and I'll put a clip here of this van. I've kind of gone through it and done a summary of this vehicle, because it's basically the kit that's in Grover is called VMI Vantage Mobility, and now it's the factory I visit, and I'll put a clip here of the factory, but this is their competition, so I did a full video on this, but that's what I'm driving. I'm gonna go get some stuff at Costco, and then depending on time I might just run over to Planet Fitness and have a quick little workout while I'm waiting for Grover, or they call me and say, hey, come back in a couple days. So this is Costco. Let me go in and get some stuff, and I'll get right back to you guys. Hopefully the lineups aren't terrible. This stuff here, if you're ever looking for a good protein, these are only 100 calories, and it's a good fill-in, so I've been buying this stuff here. $17 for 40 sheets, or 40 pieces of pepperoni. Okay, so survived Costco, and you can see that it's not slowing down at all. I think today with these prices, Costco's just going to get busier and busier, so let's get over to Planet Fitness and get a good workout in while we're waiting for Grover. Still no call, but hasn't been long, so. Yeah, these things are really cool, so I find it a good protein break if any of you guys are into, cheaper protein. Just reading the expiry date. It's only good till the end of December 2026. Well, that doesn't give me a whole lot of time. Better get eating. That's the van there. Just at the gym. It's a weird one. It's in the mall here, so we'll find out what it's like. Let's get on with our workout at Planet Fitness.
Hit the gym like it's my second home. Sweat on the floor where my hustle's grown. Dumbbells clank, it's the anthem song. Pushing past limits, I'm in the zone. Mirror check, see the beast inside. Confidence grows as the old me dies. The pull-up bars where I touch the sky. This ain't just a gym, it's where I thrive. Treadmills burning, heart in the race. Every step forward, I'm finding my pace. Barbell loaded, bring on the weight. Turn the struggle into something great. Curls and press, I sculpt my frame. Failure ain't here, I'm chasing the game. Friends,
A little later.
Well, hey there, guys. So, what a day. It's now almost 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's getting dark in winter here. And I finally have Grover back. It's a lot more difficult than I thought. I was just pop out some filters and Bob's your uncle, but they did that. They cleaned all that, but that wasn't terrible. So then they were on the phone with the manufacturer for a while, and oh my God. So they think they got it. Sorry, I'm just going around a corner, but they don't know for sure. Unfortunately, the code that came up in Grover's computer was cleared, because they told me to unhook the negative battery because it would clear the code, and then it would also let me have all-wheel drive if that's a thing. They don't know if it's a thing or not, but so I did that, and it cleared the code. So then they didn't have a code to go from. So what an ordeal, and I'm really not sure if the ordeal's over. I think from now on in Grover, I'm just going to have a code reader to read the code. Then I've got the code for them, and then they can figure out what to do with it after. But man, so I went to Costco, did all that. We had a really good workout at the gym, and then even used the massage chairs there, which for me is a first. And it sounds funny, but I don't know about the thing squeezing my butt. Man, I just didn't feel right. It was awkward, and I don't know. But if you've never been in Platinum Fitness chairs, they have these massage chairs, and they're really nice chairs. But it goes all the way down, and your butt is being squeezed, like pinched, like an old lady pinches her grandson's butt. So I was like, oh my God, this is awkward. So anyways, I think I'm going to call this one here. I mean, I wanted to get back in this area here and get some more drone shots because it's just beautiful. So if I get any more nice days until I edit this video, I'll definitely come back here and set up the drone and get some really nice shots, because I found a really nice spot to launch from. So it is what it is. So if you guys liked this video and thought it was worth your time, it's definitely not one of my best videos. It's just my one-legged life. So if you thought that, hit that subscribe button, because man, I would really, really appreciate that. And of course the like button, because when your channel's teeny weeny, teeny weeny, every little thing helps. So I feel like I've got the best crew behind me, but I need to grow this and, you know, maybe turn it into something. Who knows? But thank you again, and remember, take life one leg at a time. Today is dealing with life's problems, Grover's problems, and driving back in the dark with my sunglasses on. I just realized they're on, but they have those lenses that make it bright out, so I wear them all the time. So that's why. But anyways, crew, we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks again, and welcome to Westwold, BC. We'll catch you on the next one.
Down at the tire shop, just earning my key, when that elevator dropped, boy, it made me leave. Humpty Dumpty ain't got nothing on me. Doc stitched me up, but they set my leg free. Now I'm part middle, part man, and still kicking life through a curve, but I ain't quitting, one leg at a time. That's how I roll through the twists and the turns. I found my soul, got a van named Grover and a highway to climb.